All right, this is Mark with Garden Trail Adventures. The big reveal is here. So I rented a John Deere 624, I never say the other number right, from Dobbs Equipment. I got 25 truckloads of dirt over here that you've seen in the other videos, and all the other dirt that I was trying to move out of here. So we will definitely add some designs to the off-road trail and to our permaculture designs, our food forest designs, our different designs for gardening. But this is going to be an awesome week. We have this machine for the full week. We are 2 days past Christmas. So, all right, well, my first plan is really to focus over there. But before we get started, let's go back and look at me picking up the machine over on John Young at Dobbs Equipment, just for a couple minutes, making our way over here, and just a little bit about the machine and a little bit about John Deere in general. All right, well, here we go. All right, well, this was earlier in the day, so if you ever watched the John Deere P54 video, I'm over here at Dobbs Equipment off of John Young. So we're gonna go through the checks here. So they have updated their building, it looks real nice. So this is a 624. Steve was telling me over here that they have sold, or whatever they get a 544 in, it just sells. So to save the money, like I did the last time bringing it back, I'm actually gonna leave from here, drive it over the land. So normally it would take 30 minutes on cars, so we'll see how long it takes. Well, I jumped in here and acted like I knew what I was doing. It took me a second to figure it out. My memory's not good. If you've watched any of these videos, I'm always fumbling with what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I couldn't figure it out for a second, but all right, we could get going here again. So I clicked it up. So unlike the Kubota, you gotta change gear. So this is like an automatic transmission. You could do it manually though. So the Kubota has two gear systems, basically like a high and a low, on mine at least. So if you want to go faster, you set it high, and then it has 4 gears you can change, so it's an 8-speed. I think this is a 5-speed. I haven't clicked it past there, so we're up to 25. Let me try to do another little click here. Yeah, it's a 5-speed, so. But you could turn quick, as you can imagine. I think in the back of my head, it's like my dad's there, like, what are you doing? Like it's like, this is like crazy. It was crazy the first time I did it, driving on the road. So by doing this, you know, I don't even know what the quote, I didn't even get a quote, but you know, it was like $500 last time, $460 I think. And then, you know, I thought that was for both ways, and that was just for one way, and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna drive it back. So I'd rather just drive an hour and save $400. All right, well, we will record a little bit more in the future, and then when I get over to land, we will see how we're gonna record these videos, because it's not gonna be necessarily the easiest thing. So I am in Orlando, or maybe we're in Apopka now. I'm not sure the border of Orlando and Apopka. This is probably it. So you got Synergy over here. I did get some quotes for renting their equipment back in the day. I didn't do it this time, obviously. So basically, it was just a credit check with John Deere. Yep, so I'm over at Apopka here, and look at this. We got a John Deere over here. I think it's a John Deere, maybe it's not. I guess it's not. From a distance, I thought it was. Case. So up here is the Kubota store where I bought the M5, and they came out last week and fixed it, which was more or less my problem. I don't feel like calling them yet to see what I owe. Maybe it can get warranted because it was an accident. So yes, Florida Coast Equipment over here. Thank you, bus. They've treated me pretty well, except for maybe when you want to trade something in. I'm sure that's with any company, but it's just horrible. The prices they give you on a trade-in. All right, well, we are coming up to Plymouth Sorrento, so this is basically our only turn. We turned off of John Young onto Orange Blossom Trail. All right, that was a little sketchy. Not too sketchy, but all right, we made it. Hopefully these people behind me don't hit me, though. He's acting like he wants to hit me. All right, we made it. All right, well, we made it over here, which is good. Oh, wow, I'm gonna break my leg. So yes, this is exciting. It's almost like one bucket is almost like one truckload of dirt. Not quite, but
what are you talking about? That's not
so
even
yes,
close.
we're gonna move a lot of dirt. I assume that it's only gonna take me a couple days. Well, let's just do a quick little walkthrough, not to the back of the property, but just for where we're going to be working at, for sure, where we know we're going to be working. So I think there's about 24, 25 truckloads of dirt, and then basically all of this dirt, which was still left to do, needs to go out. This needs to be readjusted. So there's really two objectives I have, or three objectives. The first objective is to work on my lazy river, my permaculture river, and then my off-road river. I'm starting to think something just a little bit different, but I'm not going to say that. And then really, as I've said in other videos, is to get the dirt over here. At the time being, I'm not thinking of wanting to build anything, but really just to use that area as a grow area. And then basically an area that's permanently always outside the floodplain. That way, if something ever did want to get built, then don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about flood insurance. So yes, you could see that some of it got pushed over. But yeah, this whole area needs to get filled in. But really, this isn't the most important thing. I do want to make it where I can get around. And get the new asphalt millings potentially here in like 2 weeks after the first. So yes, definitely fill that in over there, but really not focus so much on this right now, but really to focus more on down here. So I guess in theory, all these trees can be pulled up. I would rather do it with an excavator, but now's the time, so the dirt will go over a little bit, and then really focus on the actual trail itself. So really to kind of fill in this area, probably pull up these trees. This will be easy. Pull up this tree and then have the trail where it's going to kind of come around here and going to go back to the back of the property, around the property, and then, you know, kind of fill in back here a little bit, and then really try to figure out how I'm going to make my river. I got an idea in my head, but, you know, the final plan isn't all worked out, because my new idea, instead of pumping water, is really just to dig that out, which we're going to do, and have it all interconnected. And then if I want to turn the water on or regulate the water, then I need more floods. But really, if we do that, right, if we're kind of digging this all out, then it's going to allow some of that water to drop down in, and then I can kind of maybe bring dirt over there or work some different areas if the water table's brought down within the next week. So it's going to lower itself. It's already almost lowered maybe an inch every maybe 3 or 4 days, it seems like, or half an inch. So yes, but fill that area in. That's already deep, but you get what I'm saying. All right, well, that's enough talking. So on Christmas Day, I came over, just turned the water on. Once it got up once again, then it broke through. And then this was all the water basically that was pumped for about a 5 or 6 hour period. I only have like a 1.5 horse pump. So maybe, you know, if things go well, and financially well, that is, then maybe I will try to put a new well in with like a lot bigger pump, or I could actually probably just upgrade that pump. All right, well, I'm definitely going to start working this area first. You know, work the dirt into there, up back to the fence line, maybe bring some over to the neighbor. I think he'll be happy. And then over time, you know, help him fill in his area, but we're not going to focus on him. So get the dirt over to the fence line, get a little jump back in here, get the tree trimmed up, and then figure out what the next phase is. So, all right, well, let's go jump on the S24, the 624. All right, well, the first thing I want to do is get these loads at least brought over to here, get them out of up by the road, get them pushed over, and then basically we can start to move the dirt over to the fence line and then move it to the back. Well, we can see how much gas we used, diesel we used to get over here. So the basics are, I already talked about the basics, but we're out of neutral. We're in first. So I put it reverse. No, I put it back in neutral. All right, now we're backing up. So we have our mirror. So basically, I'm not gonna record every little step that I take, but I'm going to move this. I'll move half of it and then come back and show you that progress, and then we'll move the second half. Well, I'm not sure if I put this in the other video. I love Larry to death, but he already broke 2 mailboxes, and then he dumped the dirt like right on the mailbox again. This isn't even my mailbox, so I've had to pay the neighbor twice for mailboxes. Anyways, hopefully I don't knock it over. So I've moved a couple loads, so I'm basically making a roadway, and then I think I'll push the dirt down the hill a little bit, and then make a pile, and then start pushing it or pulling it. We'll see how that works. This tree is definitely gonna go. I might see if I can get a neighbor to help me cut it. I really would think that it's easy to push it over. I know that, but I don't want it to like break and snap back or something stupid. So, and then, you know, basically this fence line for the most part is probably gonna get cleared out. Not today, but probably more like next week. And then the other fence line is gonna get cleared out as well. So, well, there's a saying, if it's sketchy on the tractor, then it's sketchy on a side-by-side. If it's smooth on a tractor, then it's smooth on a side-by-side. So even more with a loader. So just kind of basic common sense stuff. If I went over that right now with a tire, you know, I don't think I would fall over, but it definitely would cause a little bit of a danger. Just kind of common sense. So you want to make sure everything's compacted before you drive over it, right? Rule number 1, make sure it's compacted before you drive over it. Romps are not good in a loader or tractor. So I pushed some of the dirt down here. I'm gonna keep pushing it down. The pile hasn't really went down too much, but I want to kind of get it all smoothed out and then just build a big pile and then just start pulling from that pile. So in theory, you know, all this can be kind of smoothed out before I bring more dirt over. So hopefully you can see. Any cars coming? Yeah. I forgot what button to push. That's the problem. Problem is I'm used to driving the Kubota, which is different operation, so I forgot where the brake was. Big old nice load there. Car coming. Go straight back. Definitely so much more easy than the Kubota. This guy's slowing down. I don't blame you. Alright, we smoothed our trail out. Switch hands here. Let's put it to the floor. Let's not put it to the floor. Let's put it to the floor. But we are not going to do that yet. We will find at some point, some way to make us a mountain of dirt here in Central Florida. Alright, I'm definitely in rhythm mode here. Neighbor fire after all the Hurricane Milton damage, but I honestly don't know where my neighbor gets all his tree. I mean, he's pulled some from here, but he worked a lot over there. I don't know where he gets so many branches from. I mean, he has like a huge fire like that every couple months. You know, you got to kind of remember here that I'm building a side-by-side trail with plants. Look at that. All we need now is to see a UFO, right? I mean, all these UFO sightings. Maybe that's what I should say. I also see kind of like an eagle forming here, almost like a chicken eagle, like the eagle in that one show, the bird show, Angry Birds, a big fat eagle.